Former Texas governor and likely presidential contender Rick Perry takes the stage at a recent conservative conference where Iran emerged as a top issue.
Number one is Iran should not be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, period.
Concern over Iran's nuclear ambitions is getting attention in the early primary state of New Hampshire from former Florida Governor Jeb Bush.
I'm considering the possibility of running for president, and I would, as president, not negotiate a treaty with Iran that would legitimize the Ayatollah and the brutality of that regime.
The issue is also drawing fire from another likely Republican White House contender, Wisconsin Governor Scott Walker.
If you're making a major decision with a foreign country, like in this case, like Iran, I think the Constitution clearly requires the advice and consent of the United States Congress.
The Republican letter to Iran set off a political firestorm, but its author, Senator Tom Cotton of Arkansas, remains defiant.
Well, it is a simple fact of our Constitution that if Congress doesn't approve that deal, then it may not last. And the deal that is on the table right now is a very bad deal.
Secretary of State John Kerry said the letter was a mistake.
But what I do know is that this letter was absolutely calculated directly to interfere with these negotiations.
That assessment is shared by likely Democratic presidential contender Hillary Clinton.
Either these senators were trying to be helpful to the Iranians or harmful to the commander-in-chief in the midst of high-stakes international diplomacy. Either answer does discredit to the letter's signatories.
The furor over the letter has become a major domestic political issue, says foreign policy expert Ken Sofer.
The letter signed by 47 Republican senators is just truly unprecedented. To undermine a president's ongoing private negotiations with another world leader is just something we've never seen before.
The controversy also shows that polarized domestic politics is having an impact on foreign policy, says George Washington University political analyst Matt Dallek.
There's a ton of animosity, and I think after Obama signed the executive order on immigration reform, the Republicans in Congress' attitude was we're going to do everything we can to kind of get back at him, to really, poke him, to undermine him, even in areas where traditionally it's not Congress's role.
Republicans are likely to keep the Iran issue front and center during the upcoming presidential campaign. Jim Malone, VOA News, Washington.